You know what? Whatever. Welcome to my stream. As a matter of fact, I think I'll delete that one because that was a very ineffective troll. Anyway, welcome to my stream. I am your host, the hostess with the mostest. Figured I'd stream a little bit. Just to kind of get my dick wet a little bit, you know. Had a real shit night at work tonight. Fucking chaos. And no surprise to anybody, getting reamed out for doing my fucking job. So yeah, that tends to leave a little bit of a bitter taste in my mouth. So let's rinse that out. Let's make it a little easier to swallow with some Fallout 4. Okay, now you're going to have to bear with me a little bit because I don't exactly remember where I left off. All that I know is that I was planning on ending this very soon by just picking a faction and just ending the game with it. Because I kind of made contact with and worked with pretty much all the factions, I think. Like, I rubbed elbows with the Railroad for a little bit, and then, you know, sucked a little Brotherhood dick. I mean, you know, made contact with the Brotherhood of Steel, you know. What else? Started, kind of bro-fisting with the Institute a little bit. And, of course, fucking Minutemen, like, you just can't get away from those assholes. Like, they're always just cramming shit down your fucking throat. I mean, I pissed Preston Garvey off pretty good, so there's always that. You know, it's never a bad thing to do. As a matter of fact, there was a point that I was thinking of just starting every stream with me just punching him in the face. So let's, before I do anything else, I want to repair my power armor. Oh, 107. For some reason, I thought that said 147. I was going to be like, Jesus Christ, I don't remember grinding that much. Quote unquote grinding. Nah, I think I got myself to like level 90 something, and then I kind of just earned these levels on my own. I'm tired. But yeah, like I said, man, today just left a little bit of a sour taste in my mouth. Because of all the bullshit that I have to go through, which is like a fucking daily occurrence. And I can pretty much tell you right now that tomorrow's not going to be any better. I mean, lately it's been okay, but like it's gotten to the point that like, okay, you know, things have been okay for a little bit. But like, who's to say that another spark isn't going to light the powder keg like today? Who's to say that maybe tomorrow or Wednesday the fucking powder keg is going to be sparked? Do you know what I mean? Like, who's to say that it's going to be okay from here on? That nothing else is going to go wrong? You know, I was actually having this discussion with one of my bosses because, you know, I don't know if any of you are aware of this, but for the past, couple of months now, I've actually been dealing with an extremely hostile workplace environment. And, you know, if we're talking about like school, like if I was in school and I was dealing with this shit, like, you know, I would just suck it up and deal with it. Because nothing gets your point across like a punch to the fucking jaw. You know, I'm just saying, like, if there are people generating a hostile environment for me while I was, like, in high school or something, like, just fucking break their nose. That'll get your point across real fucking quick. But when I'm in a workplace and, you know, I'm getting paid to be there, your options are extremely limited. Like, you're pretty much at the mercy of the people that sign your fucking paycheck. So when you have management that just doesn't want to deal with the situation, no matter how many, you know, times you report it to them, you don't have a lot of options. Just up and quit and find a new job. You know? I mean, for the longest time, the reason why this hostile work environment got as bad as it did was because there was this one person in charge of another department that was just taking these friggin' incident reports and just shoving them under the rug. Like, I would go to her because she's one of the department heads, and you would think that the issue would be solved right then and there. But instead of, you know, giving them a warning, writing them up, you know, issuing, you know, write-ups or whatever, like, instead of doing that, like, she'll just beg them to not engage me or to be nice to me, so I won't say anything to the people that are above her. Because once I started going to people that were above even her, she knew I wasn't playing around anymore, so she would beg these people to not continue to do with what they're doing that's generating a hostile work environment. So it was never solved. They just think, oh, well, this person just keeps covering for us and keeps throwing these things under the rug, so there's no way we can get into trouble. So we can just keep doing what we're doing because we're too valuable to fire, or because this person just keeps covering for us. Well, I'm happy to report that the person that was initially doing this has actually just been
Proctor, all the readouts
fired.
Are green. I think it's time for you to perform.
I mean, there's this rumor going around that she was escorted out in handcuffs by the cops and this, that, and the other, but
still be staring at a pile of disassembled parts.
that would require her to be back on the property, which she was not. Basically, long story short, she fucked up because she has a real habit of just doing things that aren't what you would call legal or ethical. And she's been getting away from this. She's been getting away with this for about 3 years now, give or take, because she was actually here. She was actually working there longer than me, and I'm just coming up on 3 years, 5 months now. So, yeah, she's been getting away with that shit for a long time now. And she finally did something that caught the Department of State, or the State Department of Health's attention.
Diagnostic command.
And at that point, it was completely beyond my company's control. Like, they launched an investigation against her, and while the investigation was going on, she was not permitted to be anywhere near where we worked.
Designation.
So,
Liberty Prime. Part 2. Mission. Liberation of Anchorage, Alaska.
oh, excuse me. So, I find that little rumor hard to believe, that she was escorted out the door in handcuffs by the cops, when the last I heard, she wasn't supposed to be anywhere near or on the property, like, at all.
Weapons hot. Warning. Nuclear weapon payload depleted. Reload required. Warning. Power core offline. Running on external power only. Core restart recommended. Ability to repel red Chinese invaders compromised.
Green lights across the board here. He's looking good from where I'm sitting. Doctor, if you wouldn't mind keeping an eye on the big guy here, I'd appreciate it. Well, I have to admit, I wasn't sure we'd be able to pull it off, but Liberty Prime's looking pretty good.
Didn't he just say that he had no nukes and that his power core was offline?
What was that he said about his power core?
Prime's in top shape, but his nuclear engine needs to be restarted. Right now, we have him running off of the Prydwen's engines. Once I get that sorted out, I'll send him off to kick in the Institute's front door. Before you head off to your next assignment, I have something for you. I came up with this little beauty myself. I think it'll add a bit more punch to your power armor.
You think I'll need it for my next assignment?
I don't know. It never hurts to be prepared. Anyway, that's enough of that. Better hightail it up to the Prydwen. Elder Maxson said he needed to speak to you as soon as you were done here. And thank you, Knight. Without you, none of this would have been possible.
That's kind of neat. Sorry, blind betrayal.
If you run into any sense, shoot to kill.
I don't remember that quest. Let's see what that's all about. But yeah, basically, it was not a good situation for anybody involved. But I'm kind of hoping that, like, with that individual gone, I'm kind of hoping that that would solve all of our issues. And I'm kind of hoping that everything will be on the upswing, that we could start, because there was like at least like 5 or 6 people from that department that actually have said that if that particular person in question was fired or otherwise removed from her position.
Tell me, Knight.
Am I being accused of something?
That remains to be seen. Proctor Quinlan completed the
Hang on.
decryption of the data you retrieved from the Institute. A portion of his findings included a list of synths that went missing or escaped from their underground facility. After careful analysis of the information, we've discovered something unprecedented. Paladin Danse is a perfect match for one of the synths on that list.
I remember this now.
The data must be faulty.
The findings have been validated by multiple sources. Quinlan wouldn't have brought this to me if he wasn't 100% certain of the results. The data you brought back included a record of each subject's DNA. We keep the same information on file for all of our soldiers. Paladin Dance's DNA is a perfect match for a synth they called M797. To make matters worse, he's gone AWOL, disappeared without a trace. His sudden absence simply reinforces our conclusion that M797 and Paladin Danse are one and the same. I'm finding it difficult to believe that he never confided in you, and then swore you to secrecy.
After everything I've done for the Brotherhood, you have some nerve accusing me of lying.
Your outburst leads me to believe I've misjudged you, which means I've
Good
decided
man.
to take you at your word. However, that doesn't absolve you of your duty. Danse is a Sith. He represents everything we hate, a monstrosity of technology. Our mission in the Commonwealth is clear. The Institute and its creations need to be destroyed in order to preserve our future, which leaves me facing the most difficult order I've ever given. I'm ordering you to hunt down Danse and execute him.
Isn't there some other way?
Absolutely not. My decision is final. Listen, I'm not blind to the fact that Danse was your mentor, and this isn't an easy burden to bear. But if we're to remain strong, we can't afford to make exceptions. even when it means executing one of our own. Find Proctor Quinlan. He's been analyzing the data and should be able to provide you with a starting point. And Knight, there's a promotion for you riding on the results of these orders. So don't disappoint me. You're dismissed.
So I guess you're all wondering why I'm siding with the Brotherhood instead of the Minutemen. Well, for what I was told from somebody that's actually sided with the Minutemen and beat Fallout 4, he told me that that was the closest you can get to a neutral ending. So by that, I assume that all of the factions, including the Institute, would be all nicey-nicey and actually get along and decide, okay, well, maybe the friggin' Institute isn't planning to kill all of us, so we'll just let them do what they want to do. Who knows? Maybe they might improve our quality of life if we're nice enough to them. And from what I've heard, from what I've read on the loading screens, apparently the Institute did try to work together with some of the major settlements on the Commonwealth, but apparently mutual mistrust ended that relationship relatively quickly. And I think the one thing that kind of did it...
I was told you were coming. That is all. Sorry about this business with Dance. What do you know about the situation? While I was decrypting all of the data you acquired from within the Institute, I came across a list. It appears that the Institute keeps exemplary records where their synths are concerned, including logging those that were reported missing. As I was perusing this list, I came across an image of Dance under the heading M797. A quick DNA comparison with our own records told the rest of the tale. I'm certain this comes as quite a shock to you, Knight. I'm sorry. I don't need apologies. I need to know where he is. Yes, you're quite right. I've been poring over Dance's duty reports, and unfortunately, I haven't found any concrete information. As you're well aware, Dance had intimate knowledge of the Commonwealth, and I'm afraid he could be seeking refuge anywhere. I think our best approach would be to identify every location he's ever visited and eliminate them as possibilities one by one. You may want to get comfortable. This could take quite a bit of...
What the hell is this crap about Dance being a synth?
I assume your outburst was a reference to some doubt regarding Dance's identity. I can assure you that my findings are quite accurate, Spy.
So he sets Dance up, and then we knock him down. Is that it?
I don't like your tone, Ava.
My tone. Who cares about protocol at a time like this? I can't believe that after everything Paladin Dance did for you, you're just gonna turn your back on him like this. There's obviously been a mistake, and we need to get to the bottom of it.
Scribe Halen, you're addressing a senior officer, and you will show him the respect that he's due. Or so help me, I'll have you brought up on charges. Now, unless you're here with information that can assist us, I suggest you return to the police station immediately.
Of course. My apologies, Proctor. I believe I have some information that's relevant to the search.
Very well then. Would you care to enlighten us? Or do we have to wait until you decide to grace us with your knowledge?
Knight, if you'd accompany me to the flight deck, I'd like to show you the information I've compiled firsthand. I've stored the data on my Vertibird gunship's computer.
This better not be a waste of my time.
Of course not, sir.
Proceed, Knight. I'll continue doing my research here.
If you'll follow me, sir.
So yeah, what was I saying? I completely forgot. Like, I completely forgot. Like, completely and utterly forgot. Like, the amount in which I forgot is staggering. Yoink. Hey. That was my teeth, buddy. So yeah, I think the spark that lit the powder keg, so to speak, was when some synth just went berserk and just started shooting everybody in a settlement. And ever since then, people have had this whole friggin' phobia about synths and whatnot. So, yeah. Yay. Quantum. This had better be worth my time or I'll blow your fucking head off, lady.
Scribe?
Do you actually plan on killing Paladin Danse? Please don't. I still have a few things to say.
Well, since you asked so nicely.
Do you actually plan on killing Paladin Danse?
I haven't decided yet.
Well, before you do, I need you to listen to what I have to say. I've known Paladin Danse ever since I was an initiate. He trained me, showed me the ropes, and when I screwed up, he taught me to dust myself off and move on. He's earned my admiration, my respect, and my friendship. I don't care what Quinlan's report says. I don't care if he's a machine or not. He's still Danse.
Why are you telling me all of this?
Because someone has to before you rush off and carry out Maxon's orders without thinking about what you're doing. Danse is the most selfless person I've ever met. I've watched him risk his own life based on nothing more than principle alone. That's why I'm asking you, not just as a member of the Brotherhood, but as a human being. Give him a chance. Let him tell his side of the story. If you're not convinced by what he says, or somehow he's become truly lost to us, then you do what you have to do.
All right, I'll hear him out.
That's all that I ask. I'll just have to trust that when the time comes, you'll do the right thing. Before the Prydwen showed up, Danse had me identify a fallback point if we ever lost the police station.
It was Listening Post Bravo, an old pre-war U.S. military outpost on the northern frontier of the Commonwealth.
That sounds familiar.
It's isolated, and we're the only ones that knew about it. So, there's a good chance that's where he's headed. Just be careful. There's no telling what state of mind he's in right now, or if he trusts any of us at all.
By Elder Maxon's orders, all forms of technology should be confiscated or collected.
Oh, really? Does this mean this thing I'm about to shoot you in the face with? No, that's good. I better stop screwing around because I might kill somebody again. $69. Yeah, Listening Post Bravo. That actually sounds very familiar. I don't think I discovered it yet, though, because the map actually had to be updated. Yeah, I didn't. I am a little bit tired, though. I don't think it's going to be a very long stream. Oh, Shank. Oh, that's a Sly right over there. Yeah, I'm not screwing with those maniacs, so I'm going to go ahead and do my own little thing over here. Oh shit, Yaguai. I think Destiny might have fucked me up a little bit. Because I keep trying to press X to jump. But for Fallout 4, it's actually triangle. It doesn't even seem worth picking. Here, put that there to block it. Because I don't want anybody to come in here until I fuck dance. Yeah, there's some kind of glitch with this gun that if a fusion core depletes, then you got to switch to one gun and then back to the other. Otherwise, it won't sense any of the ammo that you have. Because this Gatling laser actually uses fusion cores as the ammunition.
Identified intruder detected. Beginning search.
It's weird not seeing him in his power armor.
I'm not surprised Maxson sent you. He never liked to do the dirty work himself.
Why didn't you tell me, Dance?
Because I didn't know. Until Quinlan got that list decoded, I thought synths were the enemy. I never expected to hear that I was one of them. If it wasn't for Halen, we wouldn't even be having this conversation. So, what are your orders? Does Maxson even want me alive?
How could you not know that you're a synth?
It doesn't make sense to me either. It feels like a cruel joke. I remember being a child. I remember growing up in the ruins of everything. I suppose they programmed that all into my head. I mean, I feel like I've been in control of my entire life, making my own decisions and determining my own fate. Even though the proof states I'm a synth, I don't feel any different than I did before. I still feel like a human. Why does any of this even matter to you? You're obviously here to carry out Maxson's orders. Does he even want me alive?
Of course not. Synths are the enemy, remember?
All too well. Look, I'm not blind to the fact that this must be difficult for you. I wish Maxson had sent someone else, but that doesn't change a thing. I'm a synth, which means I need to be destroyed. If you disobey your orders, you're not only betraying Maxson, you're betraying the Brotherhood of Steel and everything it stands for. Synths can't be trusted. Machines were never meant to make their own decisions. They need to be controlled. Technology that's run amok is what brought the entire world to its knees, and humanity to the brink of extinction. I need to be the example, not the exception.
If you really feel that way, why did you run in the first place?
The moment I learned the truth, I knew my life was in danger. I'm a soldier, so self-preservation kicked in. I needed to regroup and assess the situation. Once I got here, and I had some time to think, I realized I'd just made everything worse. I should have stayed on the Prydwen and accepted the inevitable. Like I said, I need to be the example, not the exception.
I can't tell if that's the human or the machine talking.
The fact that you're confused only strengthens my decision. I'm ready to accept the consequences of my true identity.
Maxon's ordered you to execute me, and I'll be damned if I'm going to stand in your way.
No, I won't do it, Dance.
I can't believe you'd risk your life just to keep me alive. Why would you do that for me?
What do you mean, risk my life?
If Maxon learns that you've disobeyed a direct order to save the life of a Sith, he'd have you executed. Why would you risk that for me?
You're the proof that Maxon's wrong. You're a Sith, and everything you've done has been for the good of mankind.
You're right. How could I have been so blind? I'm not technology that's gone out of control. I've been a benefit to mankind, not its downfall. Perhaps now that you've opened my eyes, I can consider my next move.
Yeah, there is that little problem to deal with.
Actually, I might have a solution. The only clear choice is for me to leave the Commonwealth. The sooner I make for the border, the sooner I put this behind me. Take my holocells. Use them to prove that your mission is a success, or Maxon will just send someone else to hunt me down. Now, come on. Let's get the hell out of here.
Okay. Just love that. You love that I talk sweet nothings at you? I actually think it's a waste of time anyway. Because if memory serves, I think Dance is actually waiting for you outside. Or waiting for me, I should say. Both of us, I guess. Unless I somehow did it in such a way that he can get away without anybody really knowing about it. Knew it.
How dare you betray the brother?
It's not his fault. It's mine.
I'll deal with you in a moment. Why is this thing not been destroyed?
Hang on. Let me quick save here. Just not gonna say anything.
I don't appreciate being ignored, Knight.
I don't appreciate being ignored. David's World of Gaming. Hello.
He's still alive. Because you were wrong about it.
Him! Dance isn't a man. It's a machine. An automaton created by the Institute. It wasn't born from the womb of a loving mother. It was grown within the cold confines of a laboratory. Flesh is flesh. Machine is machine. The two were never meant to intertwine. By attempting to play God, the Institute has taken the sanctity of human life and corrupted it beyond measure.
After all I've done for the Brotherhood, all the blood I've spilled in our name, how can you say that?
You're the physical embodiment of what we hate most. Technology that's gone too far. Look around you, Dance. Look at the scorched earth and the bones that litter the wasteland. Millions, perhaps even billions, died because science outpaced man's restraint. They called it a new frontier and pushing the envelope, completely disregarding the repercussions. Can't you see the same thing is happening again? You're a single bomb in an arsenal of thousands, preparing to lay waste to what's left of mankind.
You're comparing Dance to a nuclear bomb.
This machine might not be a bomb, but its goal is exactly the same. Place it where you want the damage done, and when you least expect it, it delivers a lethal blow without warning and without mercy. A precision strike delivered right at the heart of the enemy. How can you trust the word of a machine that thinks it's alive? A machine that's had its brain erased, its thoughts programmed, its very soul manufactured. Those ethics that it's striving to champion aren't even its own. They were artificially inserted in an attempt to have it blend into society.
It's true. I was built within the confines of a laboratory, and some of my memories aren't my own. But when I saw my brothers dying at my feet, I felt sorrow. When I defeated an enemy of the Brotherhood, I felt pride. And when I heard your speech about saving the Commonwealth, I felt it. Don't you understand? I thought I was human, Arthur. From the moment I was taken in by the Brotherhood, I've done absolutely nothing to betray your trust, and I never will.
It's too late for that now. The Institute has foolishly chosen to grant you life. You simply should not exist. I don't intend to debate this any longer. My orders stand.
It's all right. We did our best. You convinced me that I was wrong to be ashamed of my true identity, and I thank you for it. Whatever you decide. Know that I'm going to my grave with no anger and no regrets.
Touching. Either you execute Danse, or I will not. The choice is yours.
If he dies, what happens to me?
Given the circumstances,
Hello.
I'd be willing to overlook this lapse in judgment. The fact that Dance's true nature was hidden from you isn't your fault. Now make your decision, or I will.
After all the sacrifices I've made and all the battles I've fought for the Brotherhood, you need to listen to me. You owe me that much.
Very well. I'm listening.
I'm kind of trying to think about what route I want to take here. Quick save.
If Danse dies, then you lose me as well. I can't stay in good conscience if his life means that little to you.
You'd be willing to sacrifice your career for the sake of a machine? So, it appears we've arrived at an impasse. Allowing Danse to live undermines everything the Brotherhood stands for. Yet you insist that he remains alive, which leaves me with only a single alternative. Danse, as far as I'm concerned, you're dead. You were pursued and slain by this Brotherhood knight, and your remains were incinerated. From this day forward, you are forbidden to set foot on the Prydwen, or speak to anyone from the Brotherhood of Steel. Should you choose to ignore me, know you'll be fired upon immediately. Do we understand each other?
I do. Thank you for believing in me, Arthur.
Don't mistake my mercy for acceptance. The only reason you're still alive is because of him. I'm returning to the Prydwen Knight. Take some time. Say your goodbyes. And then I expect to see you there. We still have the Institute to deal with.
I kind of want to see, like, what is, like, blarg. I pretty much just want to see, like, what is said with each option.
Whether he's human or not, Danse saved the lives of countless Brotherhood soldiers. Now it's time you saved his.
You're a stubborn man. It appears we've arrived at an impasse. Allowing Danse to live undermines everything the Brotherhood stands for. Yet you insist that he remains alive, which leaves me with only a single alternative. Danse, as far as I'm concerned, you're dead. You were pursued and slain by this Brotherhood knight.
Alright, that wasn't all that, special. He just called me stubborn. Pretty much every option friggin' leads to him insulting me, I'm assuming. So, let's see.
Just listen to me. If I've earned any of your trust or respect while I've served with the Brotherhood, then I'd gladly try to keep Danse alive.
You value this machine's life that much, so it appears we've arrived.
Okay, Final option.
Is it too late to change my mind?
Of course not, Knight. I realize this is difficult for you. So I'm willing to forgive your previous insubordination. Now either you execute Dance, or I will.
Please. He deserves to live.
That time has already passed. Make your choice.
Please. He deserves to live.
That time has already passed. Make your choice.
I'm just not going to say anything.
I don't appreciate being ignored, Knight.
Yeah. Yeah.
For the good of the Brotherhood, he needs to die. But I won't pull the trigger myself.
I'm disappointed in you, Knight. Stand aside. Stand aside!
No. 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 Oh shit. You killed him too. Oh shit, I killed him too. You are now enemies with the Brotherhood of Steel. I always wanted to look at this and see what it, what stats are on it. Oh shit. I didn't even know those guys were here. That's right, I don't have to kill those guys. They'll just crash anyway. See? They practically killed themselves. Ow, ow, ow. What the fuck, people? Oh, if you assholes would stop attacking me. Jesus. Mainly, I just want to see, like, if I can mod his jacket. Because I've always wanted his flight jacket. So I want to see if I can actually mod it out to, you know, increase its like damage threshold and everything. Because I think it actually has 50 physical resist or physical slash ballistic slash non-elemental damage, I guess, if that's a category. Like I said before, like, I'm actually a little tired today. So don't expect this to be a long stream. Oh, the stats are actually kind of impressive. They're better than what I got right now. Yeah, I'm not scrapping that. I'll
be honest with you. I feel more comfortable knocking the ceiling above my head.
Yeah, I think fucking cool. Perception, really? I thought I'd have charisma. Alright, let's load the previous save. Because I think I actually want to execute Dance. Because, on my main file I saved him. But yeah, on my main file I actually saved him, but on this file I think I'm going to execute him and just see where that goes. Except I'm going to make Maxton execute him.
Is it too late to change my mind?
Of course not, Knight. I realize this is difficult for you. So now either you execute...
For the good of the brother.
I'm disappointed in you, Knight. Stand aside. Stand
Just make
aside.
it quick.
Disgusting machine. Let this serve as an example to the Institute.
Ad Victoriam, brother.
I'm disappointed you weren't able to carry out Dance's execution on your own, Knight.
What about Dance's corpse?
We leave it here as a warning to the Institute. That nothing, not even their finest technology, can cloud our vigilance. I'm returning to the Prydwen, Knight. Take some time. Say your goodbyes. And then I expect to see you there. We still have the Institute to deal with.
Sorry, not sorry. Shut up.
Reporting is ordered, Elder.
Welcome back, Doug. I'm pleased to see that the incident at Listening Post Bravo hasn't shaken your spirit. We're poised on the brink of war with the Institute. And I can't afford to have anyone on my staff distracted by their personal feelings. Of course, Dance's execution creates a missing link in our chain of command. That traitor held quite an important position with us. I'm certain that you'll make a fine replacement. His quarters and all his possessions are now yours, including his personal suit of power armor. Congratulations, Paladin.
Body's not even cold, and you're already dividing the loot.
To the victor go the spoils. Being a part of the Brotherhood, you should learn to appreciate that sentiment. Just be aware that a Brotherhood Paladin is expected to be a symbol of integrity to our brothers and sisters. I trust you won't disappoint them, or disappoint me. In any event, we still have the Institute to contend with, and a lot of work to do before we can begin our final assault. While the finishing touches are being put on Liberty Prime, Captain Kells has identified a potential threat to our operations. Report to him immediately for your next assignment. Ad Victoriam, Paladin.
Control systems all reporting back nominal.
System deltas at 100%. Secondary deltas stable.
Oh, fuck. Oh, shit. They want me to take down the railroad. I don't think there's any going around that, is there? Well, I think I gotten anything of value out of the railroad already, so I don't think I'll mourn their loss too much.
Paladin. Good. Now that the unfortunate matter regarding Dance has been settled, we can return to our primary mission.
No rest for the weary.
We'll rest. The Institute is a smoking ruin. Until then, Elder Maxon and I expect you to be at your best. Now, before we launch our attack on the Institute, we need to address another threat. They're a small but capable group that uses subterfuge and guerrilla tactics to harass their enemies. Our tactical analysis says they could possibly hamper or harm our operations, which is a risk I'm not willing to take. If we strike them now, we should be able to maximize the amount of damage we do to their organization.
Why is the railroad such a threat?
Even with their relatively small numbers, the railroad is a constant threat to our operations. They've already proven to be resilient against superior forces, with a knack for disappearing when cornered. Worse still, they possess the capability to help synths flee the Institute. If we intend to end the synth menace, we need to plug the leaks. Destroying the railroad hinges on completely eliminating their leadership. Otherwise, they'll simply regroup somewhere else. To that end, here's a list of the 5 targets we believe would cause a catastrophic failure in their chain of command.
Should have buried those idiots when I was dealing with the ship.
Yes. It's quite disappointing that you allowed them to proceed this far. Now, before you depart, Proctor Ingram has additional orders for you.
I want to see if there's a way I can save them. Like, maybe... Ugh. I don't know, maybe I could try convincing him that they're not worth it, because they're kind of just like a small rebel group. If anything, they could help us, because they're against the Institute. Like, really, they're against the Institute as much as we are. So, You know, we should be trying to recruit them.
Reactor at 100% efficiency.
Ah, Paladin. Good.
No rest for the weary.
We'll rest when the Institute is a smoking ruin. Until then, Elder Maxon and I expect you to...
Fuck.
Before we launch our attack on the Institute, we need to address another threat. The Railroad. They're a small, but our tactical analysis. If we strike them now...
Fine, but it hardly seems worth our time.
The Railroad may not appear to be a threat, but I can assure you they are a potential danger. Destroying the Railroad hinges on completely eliminating their leadership. Otherwise, they'll simply regroup somewhere else. To that end, here's a list of the 5 targets.
Do they all have to die?
Absolutely. It's the only effective way of ensuring that they're no longer a threat. Now, before you depart, Proctor Ingram has additional orders for you to complete.
Our sources tell us that the Railroad has some sort of experimental or prototype robot in their headquarters. They're calling it the Predictive Analytic Machine, or PAM for short. Cute, huh? They use the robot for complex strategic calculations that are much more efficient than anything we can generate here. If you could use this holotape to decrypt the security on Pam's terminal, it will force the unit to return to Prydwen. I'm certain we could put Pam's computing power to good use. Otherwise, destroy it. We wouldn't want it to fall into the Institute's hands.
Anything useful you can tell me about Pam?
We have very little information on it. Its primary function is supposed to be using mathematical calculations in order to predict future events. I have no idea how successful it was, but if the Railroad's been using Pam for this long, it's got to be providing them with some sort of benefit. I'm sure Proctor Quinlan would be pleased to have it in his possession.
I think that should be sufficient information to assist you on the mission, Paladin. When you're ready, proceed to the Old North Church and link up with our assault team. They'll provide demolition support and all the firepower you want to take the Railroad down. And Victoria, Paladin.
Find anything interesting in the Railroad headquarters. Don't forget to bring
Oh shit, now we're enemies.
Plating stable.
So I guess I can't fast travel there anymore. So, like, how do they expect me to put this holotape into her monitor? Because I'll literally be attacked the second I walk in there. Yeah, I can't fast travel there anymore. Okay, maybe somebody can help me understand. What is with all these fucking recipes for pork belly? Like, seriously, pork belly has never been this fucking popular before. Like, ever. Like, seriously, it's super fucking weird.
Let's do this.
mercy.
Oh, wouldn't have even been worth killing her anyway. Legendary she has is Garbaggio. See, I didn't like that dude anyway. So that was just revenge just waiting to happen. Man, this freaking Legendary could probably take them all on herself. Oh, it's Brotherhood Scribe.
Detonation pack secured and ready, sir.
This is where the fun really begins, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, you motherfucker. This has been a long time coming. Oh, Jesus. Glory's kind of kicking my ass a little bit.
Find him.
Oh, you bitch. What the fuck? Ow.
It's only a... I'm your host, Travis.
Now we've got Crystal Pat's mama, but Pat's daddy made
Well, I guess I was wrong. Because I seriously thought she would just automatically come after you the second you start attacking.
This is Captain Mitch Dunleavy, 132nd Engineering Corps at Sentinel Site Preston.
Whoops. Wrong tape. Here we go.
Pam.
Full system reset accepted. Awaiting instructions. Ready for programming instructions. Recommend interface type RJ11G.
Okay. So dumb. So I guess I can't pick that up now. That's kind of lame. Oh shit, I took its head off. Holy shit, I just punched right through. Nail that shit right to the ground. Yeah, this gun kind of makes me a little nervous because it locks up a little bit when you load it. And I don't mean like load it, I mean like... I mean like when you equip it and you bring it out, it kind of like locks up for a second and then it just kind of, you know. You know, I'm a little miffed that I had to kill the fucking railroad, but you know what? Whatever.
Well, it appears that the railroad won't be a hindrance to our future operations.
I wish there'd been another way.
The railroad was providing assistance to escaped synths, and was therefore deemed a security threat. Those sympathizers got exactly what they deserved. I'm also pleased you managed to secure Pam, rather than allow it to be destroyed. We are having it brought to the Pridwin, where it will be installed in Proctor Quinlan's office. It's an amazing piece of pre-war technology that should prove to be quite beneficial to us. Speaking of pre-war technology, Proctor Ingram is putting the final touches on Liberty Prime and requires your assistance. Congratulations on another successful mission, Paladin. Ad Victoriam.
Sorry, I know you guys don't want to hear that shit, but
System deltas at 100%. Secondary
I'm getting over what it was that ailed me, because my daughter like brought home some kind of like bug or virus or whatever. And she of course gave it to me, which in turn made me sick. And yeah, I'm doing better now. I'm just at the point that like there's still a lot of gunk in my chest, like in my lungs and shit, and I'm just coughing it up like crazy. So I'm just trying to get it all up and out of my system, because if I let it sit there for too long... Why are you such a cunt? Anyway, can I just like shoot him in the dick? Yeah, that woke him up, fucking asshole.
I have some important work to do, if you'll excuse me.
Hey, I shot him in the dick. Does that help? See, the thing is, I'm like right at the end, but I'm tired and I really want to get some sleep before I got to go back into that shithole tomorrow. So I'm kind of like debating on what I want to do. First, I want to test this. Oops. Sorry about that. Oh, fuck. Well, you know what? I think that's going to be a good place to end it. yeah, I think that's where we're going to end it for tonight. Thanks for joining me. Sean, you suck and you have a terrible taste in games. I'm just joking. Yeah, thanks for joining me. Check back every now and then. I'm going to finish this. And then eventually I'm going to finish my Final Fantasy VII playthrough. So I can start on other things that I would really like to do. So, you know, keep checking back. Yada yada. Until then, take care now. Bye-bye then.